Hi, this is Dr. Tracy McCarthy, psychologist, attorney, and educator, and we are going to address the name Alabama. We're going to make this a very quick discussion. We're going to make very quick work of this. We've touched on this issue of this name previously. It was a couple of years ago, actually, when we discussed this with respect to identifying this on a map. And so we are going to look at this name. The dynamics that we are going to look at should have already been addressed. There are a number of questions about the origin of this state name, and as usual, there is the explanation that it's not clear about the origins of the name. What's odd about this is that you have the people who are identifying as the Alabama Indians, you have the people who are identifying as Muskogee, and in all of these instances, there are these narratives about not knowing where the name came from exactly, that the name is some variation of some Indian word. And oddly, it's not the actual Indian word, it's some variation of it. And so we're going to see when we do a little tracing here, where else this name is found. And the finding is interesting because it is consistent with findings related to Moriscos and Moranos, Iberians, and also Iapetus or Japheth. And so we're going to look at that. So let's get started. So here we have some notations related to the state name Alabama and the Alabama Indians. And you can see that, again, this is part of a Creek Confederacy. Remember that these names with these odd histories often are related to confederacies. And in this instance, we have the Creek Confederacy. And it is noted that the people were originally called the Alabamas or the Alibamones. So this is interesting. You also see down at the bottom ALIBAMU, which is what was noted on that map previously. Now this should stand out for people because when you see A-L, A-L-I, A-L-A, something should trigger for you in terms of etymology. So here we see, when looking at the surname Alabama, it pops up in an interesting place, in an interesting couple of places in terms of predominance. And those interesting places are Nigeria and Israel. And this is just so that you can see on the map where the block is hot, and the block is hottest right there in Nigeria. Now, what has been noted is that in Nigeria, you have a history of a number of European names also, where you will see the predominance being identified as being in Nigeria. It's very odd. You also see a number of names that are American Indian place names also finding their way into different parts of Africa and in Nigeria, and in some instances, Liberia. And here we go with the IA endings to these names. And here you can see this interesting breakdown of where this surname Alabama is appearing. You've got Nigeria, Israel, Iran, Brazil, and Liberia. Now, some might be inclined to offer an explanation of a reverse transatlantic slave trade. That's fine. That's, however, not the likelihood in terms of where this name is coming from and why you have this name appearing in the specific places that it is appearing. This appearance is consistent with Morisco and Morano, Iberian, Japheth dynamics. And here you see Alabama with a transliteration in nothing else other than Hindi and Russian. And we're going to finish this up with the nickname that is given to not only people of Alabama, but also in the United States when people tend to have Southern values or what are considered country values. Sometimes those individuals are referred to as Bama. What's interesting, however, is that Bama is a place in Nigeria. Remember, knowledge is power. Take care. See you soon.